Actually, I'm obviously a loser. I'm still on university since 8 years or so. I'm not having a job. I'm not planning to have a full-time job after university. I'm not having a partner, but I'm happy. And nobody of all the successful people on university understands me. Why I'm happy despite being a loser. I came on the spiritual path already before university. And then I was just saying, okay, I will go on university as planned, but only because I didn't know what to do in that time. I was just out of my job, just lost my position in army. I had nothing anymore. And then I retreated for 1, 2 years, asked myself these questions, and then these things happened to me as explained in the other videos. And suddenly, not only my personality shifted, but all my attitudes and everything. But I knew that I will not fit in an ordinary job, and I had no idea where to go. And then I was thinking, okay, just go on university because I don't know about future. And especially as a meditator, I want to forget about future and past. And we want to live in the here and now. And that's what was my goal. I didn't care. I said, okay, I will just go on university, have this beautiful campus life, just enjoy my life. Kind of a downshift without leaving the own country, but shifting down, slowing down the life. And from the view of the other students, I'm an absolute loser. Always I was behind, just relax, and nobody cares about me. But the opposite, the only negative thing is that most of them never reply to me because they are thinking I'm an absolute loser. And when I have any question, I was writing in a WhatsApp group, how can I manage this thing in this program? I have tried to find tutorials on YouTube. I have tried to find written tutorials, but I couldn't find this aspect how to manage. Only one small concrete question. I have not asked people to explain me the whole program of I have done everything on my own. But still nobody wanted to help me. Although they all know this program. So it makes kind of lonely, but still I also felt lonely in the group. At the beginning, at the first semester, at the second semester, when I was still dealing with the people of my year, I was also feeling lonely all the time, but even more lonely among the people because I felt they have all other attitudes and they have all other lifestyles, and I'm totally different than them all. So, what am I actually doing here? And then I separated myself a bit, and then I felt better actually. And I only feel uncomfortable when I have to do with the people because then all these things come back again, that I feel like an outsider, that I feel like antisocial or something. And that's always why I try to find answers in tutorials and in extra things and not to ask people. With jobs, it's exactly the same. All the other students, which are already ready with job my same year, they have now a job on university or in any other good company. But I'm planning not to have a job, not in full time, not to reduce the stress and for the healthiness of the body. That is one aspect, of course, but to leave this old consciousness state behind. It's good to have not so much of mind entanglement. And the university job, as you know, writing research reports, publishing things, is too much mind entanglement. Instead, it's enough for me, for myself, just to write my own books in my own tempo with no time pressure. And besides, only doing physical work. It's a job where nobody goes you on the nerves, that you can maintain the meditation, or when you lose the meditation, the contemplation, that you have enough time to let go what you are right now doing and to take time to find back the access to the meditation and then to go back to contemplative work. But you must be very free here. And this cannot happen in a group of researchers or in front of a computer. One friend, also a meditator, even recommended me. What he does was taking Google Transcriptor. I don't mean translator, that's another thing. Transcriptor means he tells his phone everything and the phone directly types it for him, and then he does just copy and paste, send it to your computer, to your own. You can send it to your own WhatsApp number, and through that you can transfer it to the computer or via cable, whatever you like. And so he automatically is writing. He just tells everything to the phone. Another thing which is important for most people on this world, for most societies, is to have a partner. And some have even the view when a person doesn't have a partner, then this person is a loser, an absolute loser. This person must be not good enough, maybe not social enough, not able to lead relationships. But who actually is that in the normal relationships? You see that many people are not happy. And I tried so much. When I was in my 20s, I was so much after because I also was conditioned like that. I had to believe that that I must have a boyfriend if I want or not. Otherwise, I will be lonely and I will feel loneliness. But that was not true. I was feeling loneliness once when I had no boyfriend, but only because I had the belief that I have to feel lonely then. That was an illusion. Later on, when I found these higher things, this loneliness disappeared suddenly. Actually, most people who are not seeking after these deeper things of life, and they are all trying on the social level to find happiness and to be dependent from people, to have expectations on people, they are actually not happy. They are running after people, craving, chasing after people. And what now happens the last years is that since I stopped chasing after guys, there are so many who want some. But this is another thing that there is a spiritual law behind, actually, kind of an attraction law. When you, or whatever you reject, not reject, but not chase, God will send you automatically. And since I stopped chasing after guys, they are chasing after me. But when I was younger, it was not so easy to get in. I was trying so much, taking so much makeup, doing so many things with fingernails and everything. And at the end, it was not so that I could get so many guys were interested about me. But since I stopped all that stuff and I'm not using any makeup, not using anything, just a normal shampoo for my hair and no special things. And I don't care how I look and these things. And suddenly they come. Nobody can explain. But this I can recommend you. If you seek a partner, you should stop to chase for one. It's not only a philosophical rule, which the Stoic or people said, that's also maybe they knew the spiritual law already, but they have not mentioned it. But actually, it's a spiritual attraction law, which really works. But it's boring because they chase after you. For example, in my case, they chase after me, but I'm not interested anymore because most of them have not the same interests. They are all after the material, after marriage, after sex, after these things I have all left behind. And still, and again, for some, I'm a loser. For outstanding people who are not chasing after me, who are just observing me, like my parents, like friends of my parents, other people, they are knowing me and they are saying, oh, she has no job and she's not finishing university, she has no boyfriend, so she's absolute loser. My kids have this and this and that. And for them, I'm an absolute loser. And some even sorrow about that, like my own parents, but other people, they are looking down on me, even heavier than those ones on university. Those ones who doesn't help me in a WhatsApp group just don't answer, don't reply, although I know they have the answer. But they try to do it in a kind way. They are not blaming me. But there are some people, friends of my parents, they are blaming me even for that I'm so different and that her daughter's ready with university and has this great job and I have nothing and these things. But that's normal. But these normal people who have the best job, they will also one day feel that it will not bring happiness anymore. Maybe in the beginning, of course, but later on things change or a new work colleague comes and maybe they argue with each other or something happens. And even if nothing happens, the human mind then tends to get bored. And so again, whenever the human mind is involved, sooner or later, it will be not good anymore, no matter how good their job is. And that's why I say I'm happy, although I'm a loser. I have not these things, which I could have actually, but I'm happier because first of all, I can't lose anything. what you don't have, you can't lose, and you must not be sad if you lose a thing. If suddenly your job or your boss says, we need less employees, we must save money or something, then they throw out some employees. And so this cannot happen to me. I'm a freelancer. I will not throw out myself. Only for meditation sometimes. And it's not only because of slowing down, which is the next point, it's also about having time for meditation, having time for good things in life, not being forced to go every day to the same job to serve people who some people don't even like their colleagues, some people don't even like any work circumstance, and still they have to go because they have this contract. And I avoid this entanglement with the contract, which makes me kind of free. So I am freer than the other people. Tomorrow is Monday and I will go in the forest and I will have this beautiful bird sound, real life bird sound, and the smell of the trees and the fresh breeze of air on my skin. And I will just try to meditate if it works. If it works not, I try still to enjoy the forest. Maybe meditation works later. I'm self-determined. Mostly I start even Tuesday with work. Sometimes even at daytime, but mostly at daytime I try to meditate when people drive to their work, when they start their race, their car race in the morning. Then I try to meditate. And when later on, when it's almost lunchtime and it becomes more quiet on the street, then I start mostly my work. Hope this video can encourage people who feel also as loser, as outsider, as someone who is outstanding of society, as meditator. And some people, my intention was because a friend told me that he feels kind of antisocial. He suffered so much from being different, but it's so important to keep this meditation life. And that's why I try, whenever someone is telling me, I am so motivated to produce a new video on this topic. And you can also contribute if you like. Leave a comment down below, then it's interesting and helpful for others also to feel they are not alone with that. Because sometimes, as I said in this university thing, writing in a WhatsApp group, nobody is answering. Or when I hear from other people, friends of my parents, that they are blaming on me, it's a hard burden, this meditation life. And there are only very less people who are going and who want to go to the ultimate. And this is a very lonely path. And to not feel so lonely, that's why I created the channel. Also, have a good time. See you soon. Bye.